esports related, you get all of that information. But here we're going to have a look at DeParture so far. 0-6, 0-3 versus Protoss as well. And of course, he's got 5 losses in a row. That's 6 losses in a row, if you count that 6th game.
Honestly, there's not a lot else to say here. And none of his games in particular has he looked very good. He's looked okay in a few of them. He looked better than Terror in most of them. But being better than Terror isn't exactly a compliment. MyuNgSiK, on the other hand, loves his Phoenix play. Very famous for that. 2-2 this season. His 1-0 versus Zerg. He's played 12 matches of Pro League in total for the other seasons. Not one of our best Protosses we have in Pro League, but a decent player. Was in Codes for a while, and he's really good with Phoenixes. So, I mean, it's definitely unusual for KT Rolster to field this guy, but when he comes out, he shows exciting games, to say the least. In all matchups, loving his Phoenixes.
And, Phoenixes are pretty good against Zerg.
They are pretty good against Zerg, Moonglade. Well, let's find out if he's going to use them here. He's up against DeParture. Can DeParture pull off an upset and get his very first win? Let's find out right now.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Up here in the top right in the purple for Prime, the Zerg player, it's DeParture.
And down to the bottom left in red for KT Rolster, it's MyuNgSiK, the Phoenix Protoss.
Is that what we're calling him now?
No.
It could be his name. We'll wait and see. If he does it this game, maybe we'll give him a name. What does that say? But
just talking about Kanata and something I think about Terran. It was I was reading the part that said "but" at the bottom too, and then I had to go back up and I missed it. I'm really slow at reading handwriting.
Do you know how old DeParture is, by any chance?
No, but I have the tools in front of me.
Because I mean, he looks like a very young player, which definitely plays a lot into these into a lot of these unsuccessful players. Like, I mean, looking at Terra and looking at DeParture, these guys are they must have found them like on the ladder or something, and these very young kids that can develop into great players, but I don't know, they just haven't found it yet.
Just talking about if Korea wins tomorrow.
What's going to happen?
I couldn't read.
Said something about buying snacks, maybe for the casters.
Oh,
I'm not sure what he was going to buy, but he was going to buy something.
Okay, I like where this is going.
So, because you and I, as well as Brandon, of course, the three of us, I keep saying you and I, but anyway, we're all
Team Salmon.
Team Salmon.
Come on.
What is this pylon?
I think he was stopping the aggressive hatchery. He's putting the pylon down so he couldn't put a hatchery at the natural.
But he could have still blocked the hatch like one more hex in a different direction, right? Like, I mean, he couldn't have placed it like exactly where the Nexus goes, but as long as any part of the hatchery blocks where the Nexus goes, it's blocked, right?
Yeah, but I think he like put the pylon in such a position it's like the hatchery just can't go down near it. Because the pylon is like
where the drone was at that time, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a smart move. I think.
I like it. I was just like I was just making sure like I wasn't looking.
And you know what? DeParture doing a great build, great reaction, scouting with the drone first, going for 2 hatch before pull.
Yep. So far, doing very well.
Yeah. Setting up for a great game here. So you can follow through.
I just wanted to point out that DeParture is 18 years old. You were asking about that earlier.
Okay.
1995, so not Korean age 18. He's 20 in Korean age. It's
still pretty young.
This guy actually has a lot of pro gamer experience. So he played on Fnatic back when Fnatic was in the GSTL. I mean, he's been playing StarCraft 2 for a very long time.
He has been around for a while, yeah.
But he wasn't really playing any televised matches. I remember talking to Juani at the time, the coach of Fnatic, and he was saying he just didn't feel confident enough to play him just yet. And, I mean, he's been around for a while, obviously, and now he's starting to, be on a team where I guess he's got a little bit more of a role. Although he has not yet served them, he's trying to.
He's trying to. He's certainly got a lot of experience now. And yeah, I really hope he does find his feet though, before it's too late. Though it might be a little too late now.
Better hope he finds his feet.
Well, listen,
you never want to lose your feet.
They're right under the desk.
Well, sometimes you can lose
I'll go tell him.
They're not in your vision when you're playing StarCraft, so you got to be careful.
True.
all of a sudden you're like, oh, where are my feet? Oh no.
They walked
You're like,
away.
oh, okay,
It can
they're
be
here.
stressful. You lose your feet.
Oh yeah, big time.
Like when you step on a banana peel, you lose your feet at that moment.
I guess you do. You see Stargate
Especially-
going up.
So after you slip on that wet floor, man, or if it's really icy in Seoul, man. Moonlit, have you been in Seoul in the winter where it's really icy yet?
I have been there when there's ice.
Have you fallen?
No.
I have fallen a lot. Yeah, I used to live on top of the tallest hill in the city.
The top is
And I
indeed.
slid-
I used to walk up that hill, man.
I slid down the hills on several occasions. And when you fall when you're on like an icy hill, you just like can't stand up quickly. And
You
you just
don't
actually
get
just
up,
slide
like-
down the hill, and everyone stares at you. And you're just walking down, and you're like, they just haven't even. Everyone's like, nobody's like, are you okay? Or like, are you? I mean, can I help you up? They just like watch me slide down a hill slowly but steadily until eventually I get to the bottom and stand up, and I'm like,
That would actually be really funny to
I
see.
sigh as loudly as possible so everyone knows how I feel.
I might actually like record that.
Uh-oh.
Wolf coming
Wow,
down.
look at this,
Two
by the way.
lings getting the main base.
Yeah.
Big
Will you
mistake
see the
there.
Oracle? I think so.
Yeah. One Stalker's going to
yeah,
be able to kill it fast enough.
He's definitely going to see it.
He's going to even see it come out here.
See, Spine Crawler's, Spore Crawler's going down. See one going down so far, but he should definitely put one at each base for complete protection against this.
Oh, we've seen this before.
Oh.
The Oracle all in.
Didn't we see this yesterday?
It might have been on Sunday. I can't remember which day it was exactly, but we've definitely seen it before.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's basically just a fake. No, we saw Shine just drone up actually on this
that's
map.
right, that's
to
right.
like a billion
Same
drones.
map, yeah.
I mean,
And
yeah, actually, that was the day when Effort did the same thing, pretty much. He droned up hardcore and just died.
Well, let's find out. Like, he's making a bunch of links here.
Oh, man. 20 links could actually really could deal with this. I mean, speed just about finished. It's
gonna
actually the perfect reaction.
He's going to have to respond, MyuNgSiK, that is, with mostly Zealot Warpins. In fact, he might even want to pull out of gas a little bit here once he starts to see how many links have been made. But the Oracle is going to help against this quite significantly. Time Warp here helps him kite a little bit with the Stalkers, and there are those Zealot Warpins I was talking about. 24 links on the way, and DeParture, he's trying his darndest to fight through this. Good micro again here with those Stalkers and the Time Warp.
And that, I want to see the kills in the Oracle because that did so much damage.
Just fought away from the Queen, you know? If you fight away from the Queen, the Oracle's just going to be doing so much for you.
Still doing damage.
14.
Zealots at the front, tanking.
Every reinforcement that flies by the Oracle takes some hits. The Queen now finally starting to fight against it. He flies away. He's going to need to get some energy back, but this is, again, mostly Zealot Warp. It's actually getting a few sentries here as well now.
Roach Warren is done, but still no Roaches. Only Zerglings here. Okay, one comes out here.
Good
nice
force fields. Great force fields there. One sentry does go down, but he's fighting Zealots versus Zerglings over and over again, and I think very soon DeParture is going to run out of steam here. He's running out of larva. Spinecrawler forced to cancel here, and now he's running drones away as best as he can. His Overlords are even starting to get picked off here. He may even be supply blocked in a second. Doesn't look like it because he's not pushing
He's
advantage.
practically supply blocked at this point. One supply. And yeah, I mean, continued Warped Stalkers would just really deal with this now. There's simply not enough army left for DeParture. Not enough economy.
The larva,
yeah,
his economy's in tatters.
No production whatsoever.
He's down to 23 army supply versus 45. And this hatch looks like it's going to fall. It's going to limit the production. And
MyuNgSiK didn't take too long to do this to DeParture. He was like, okay, I like this map for doing this. We saw it yesterday. He's going to do it here once again. 6 gates right in your face. He sees, he even probably let those Zerglings in the main base. He's like, here, look at my Stargate. I'm going Oracles. And DeParture's like, oh, okay, cool. And then 6 gates right in your face.
Yeah, that's complete stomping.
Slapping him down, like.
Really, really solid all in there. Great micro. I mean, he microed it perfectly against that many Zerglings. I was really impressed.
yeah, he stayed away from the Queen. He took the fight away from the hatchery, which I feel might have been a mistake by DeParture. GG. I think DeParture thought, let me kill these while they're in small numbers away from my hatch. I can't let him just pull up.
Well, I mean, if you can like cut it off like right there, if you kill like everything that's warped in and then like kill the pylon, then you're golden.
It's like cutting off the head, right? But
yeah,
like,
exactly.
But with the Oracle there fighting away from the Queens, and he just microed so well.
I mean, he just danced around the bubble. He danced around the Time Warp perfectly.
Exactly.
And I mean, that Oracle just did ridiculous damage. He needed a Queen there to like take the aggro and like force him to actually micro that Oracle instead of just auto attacking, which I think helped a lot too.
Yeah, definitely. So KT takes a quick game here. Going to get their first win. The next matchup is going to be Marine King versus Flash. I think it should be a little bit closer, even though Flash doing really, really well.
Yeah.
Definitely going to be a fun one, that's for sure. Marine King playing a bit of a wonky TVT style, showing a bit of lack of transition last time he played a TVT. But,
that was definitely his biggest problem for sure. Bio vs mech, a lot of fun to watch though. Like, I really enjoy it until it gets to the stage where the mech is like maxed out or like really high pop and ready to just move out and push, and then like it's either Bio has like the opportunity to kind of like come in and flank and like do a lot of damage or counterattack and base trade, or they have tech switch to a point where they have an advantage over like the ground army, but he had none of that. He just tried to fight it head on and got crushed by tanks.